essentially, this is the name of this podcast is Famous Lies, Unpopular Truths, right? So essentially, the idea of this came up from me and Yanko. We literally chop it up all the time, almost every day for hours, just about different stuff. You know what I'm saying? From rap culture, music culture, politics. You know what I'm saying? Finance, like anything. You know. And
geography,
history, geography, science, you name
flexing.
It. You know what I mean? Flexing, yeah, flex, designer, you know what I'm saying? Designer, snitching, you know what I mean?
Snitching. Yes. This guy really hates designer.
Nah, man. Designer is stupid. I think it's the most stupidest thing out, to be honest. Hey, each to their own, man. I just think it's dumb. Yeah, so anyway, so we just thought, why not just record our conversations, casual conversations, and something as a new hobby, you know what I'm saying? I guess this whole COVID time has kind of resulted in, kind of exploring, being creative, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's like cliche, everybody starting a podcast, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's cool, but look, but it's a hobby, like for me, any productive hobby is cool, you know what I mean? Fuck what people think, you know what I mean?
I've been trying to start a podcast for I think this mic I'm using. I got this mic in 2017, I think.
Yeah.
And like any any girls that I've dealt with, like on a serious level, would know about this mic because I done recorded. I've recorded a bunch of podcasts with different people.
You should. And I just and I hope you've only recorded podcasts, right? You've only just recorded podcasts.
No, I haven't recorded anything else. For anyone out there that's got new situations and don't want to get put on blast. I don't want to do an August Alsina on anyone. I don't know if you're following that situation.
No, really, man. No, really. But actually, for me, because like I woke up today on my IG, it's just full of people talking about what's the word, entanglement or whatever.
Entanglement.
Yeah. Like everywhere I look, man, I just see what's actually the deal with that, man?
So what happened was I think Jada and Will Smith, they had a separation a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I always thought that they had an open relationship. That's what I'd heard, but
that's what I thought.
I guess not. So they separated for a short time period a couple of years ago, and during this time, I guess August Alsina was hanging out at the Smith's house, because he was having some health issues and Jada was helping him or something.
Wait. So he was literally just hanging out at the Smith's house.
Yeah, he was like a family friend. It's like that young, that young guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I don't know. I guess August did an interview with someone a couple of weeks ago, and he sort of said that he had an affair with Jada Pinkett Smith, and that he had Will's blessing.
Yeah.
And the whole shit blew up. And then now Jada and Will Smith did I guess Jada Smith does like a Facebook show called Red Table Talk Live.
Yeah, Red Table Talk. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Something like that. And she interviewed Will, and then he asked her so what happened? And then she explains that she was in an entanglement with August Alsina, and people are going crazy with it because he was like damn near in tears, and Michael Blackson is busy posting meme photos of him and Will Smith's alleged Instagram conversation where he tells Will Smith that August had his wife's back blown out, blah blah, like what type of foul shit. Yeah, but I mean it begs the question. Let me ask you, if you had a wife or a girlfriend and you guys broke up for period of time, let's say a year, right? And you got back together with this person, would you be asking about who they were with?
No way, man.
No
way, bro. I don't want to know, you know what I mean? Like nah. I don't see a need to know. I don't want to know, you know what I
mean? Why not?
Hey, bro, like, where do I even begin, man? I mean, I guess because, you know, some things are just better left unsaid. You know what I'm saying? And some things are just better off not.
So.
Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like, and I mean, it's like, look, there was times when I was like going back in the day, and I know we've had conversations about this, and I was telling you, and I was quite immature, and I would, like shit like that would kind of bother me to be like, oh, how many dudes like a girl's been with before you started dating her, you know what I mean? But then it's like, when you kind of grow up, and then you're just like, man, it's honestly, as long as you weren't involved, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean?
It doesn't, yeah.
If you're not in the picture. So in this case, if I'm out of the picture like Will, and knowing myself, or maybe knowing you as well, I know for that time when you're all not in a relationship, you're probably gonna be wilding out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're probably gonna be doing the most too. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I think it's also I think in African culture it's a bit taboo to be knowing about things like that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And a lot of guys they don't want to admit, but I think it'll hurt your pride,
Yeah, no. Look, man. I mean, in our culture, like like you have your older brothers or your older cousins. You know what I mean? They'll be telling you, you should look for a girl essentially who's a virgin. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody from African culture is saying. So like we're coming from a place where it's like, for some reason they're supposed to be like millions of virgins, but people are still out there smashing. You know what I mean? But they're still supposed to be
smashing.
Now, you know what I mean, though. Like people are still out there, obviously engaging. But then this. So for us, you kind of come from that where it's a little bit difficult. When the whole society is just pushing you towards one type of goal. So this kind of like liberated kind of type thing is it's Western, and people say it's Western, and you get clowned back home. You know what I'm saying? If people even know just one dude who your shorty or your wife was with, you know what I mean?
I think that's just the most biggest bullshit, bro.
Nah, yeah, it is.
I've never been like from that school of thought.
Yeah,
I think it's it's a very old school thing.
Nah, for sure.
And maybe probably like your parents' generation would be having that sort of mindset more. So it's not practical in 2020.
Nah, it's not. It's not.
However, though, I can understand Will's situation because this was a guy that was in your house. You guys were chilling, and then you find out that he was banging your wife. It's a bit different when you know the guy. Like I don't think you shouldn't.
But didn't Will know? Because I saw a clip of because I watched when I heard the thing come out, I listened to just a full August Alsina interview that he did with Angela Yee, right? And in all fairness, he talked about that situation for a short space of the interview. Most of the interview was just talking about personal stuff, his sickness, whatever. But anyway, when he brought it up in the thing, he said that Will knew. He said that Will knew, and Will was well across everything, and they all discussed it. So when I heard that, then I thought, oh, this is a non-issue then, because everybody knew. Nobody was getting blindsided. So what you're saying now is that what Will didn't know, or
I don't think he knew.
Really?
In the interview that
damn.
The interview that he did with Jada, he is asking what happened, and she describes it as an entanglement. And that's where this meme is coming from. And I think,
true.
It just goes back to I don't think certain things, not everything you're supposed to know. You know what I mean? Like some things like August probably was in the wrong for even just mentioning that in that interview.
Nah, that's true. Yeah. But what he said in that interview, man, what I got right, he said, look, man, I'm not like a drama dude. I'm not a beef dude. I'm not trying to be all up in social media type dude, right? But the reason I'm going to speak on this is because my character is being attacked, He said people are attacking him. People are calling him all types of stuff, all type of names. So he just said, look, I am just saying this just to defend my character and show that my side of the truth is known. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I still think he was in the wrong. He shouldn't have brought it up in the first place.
True. Look. Yeah.
Imagine, let's say you get married to some girl, right?
Yeah.
And you're at a party.
Yep.
And some guy at the party that used to date her or had something with her he had to start. He says, "Oh, me and Thing his wife used to date." What would be the point of him saying
There's
that?
no point. Yeah, that's just
So
so
he
silly.
shouldn't have. This conversation shouldn't have been happening in the first place. It's completely disrespectful. And
now,
I think it makes it worse.
Or if anything, when August went on to that interview, right? If he had at least spoken about this with Will and Jada and said, "Look, guys, the interview is coming up. I'm gonna say this, or I'm gonna, you know what I mean? This is what they're gonna ask me," and then Will and Jada said, "Okay, we're cool with you talking about it," or if he's not cool about it, because you know how with these interviews they get asked before, what are you cool to talk about and whatnot. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like that's why a lot of these dudes sometimes, these Hollywood people or whatever, they get super pissed off and then they walk off on the interview. You know what I'm saying? Because they will have kind of discussed it and they would have said, their PR team or whoever their reps would have said, "Don't go there." You know what I mean? Yeah. So then, in this case, probably August could have spoken to Will and Jada and been like, "Are you guys cool with me talking about this?" Or if they ask me about it, then I just say no comment. You know what I mean? Move on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think he must have an album dropping, bro.
Are you saying this for the cloud?
Let's have a look, bro. Well, let me have a look at his Spotify page, bro.
Suss it out, man. Damn,
has he got an album dropping? He must have something dropping, bro. That's the only explanation I can think.
True. To start trending more on socials, eh?
Yeah, he just dropped an album June 26th, 2020. Yeah.
And the interview was literally that same week, I'm pretty sure, eh?
Yep.
Damn. Are these industry people, bro? Hey. Yeah.
It's very fake.
You can never tell, like, what's legit and what's genuine. Yeah, bro. Like, you just don't know, man. You just don't know, man. Like, but I mean, in fairness, though, listening to August's interview, he struck me as a kind of a pretty real guy. You know what I mean? He didn't sound too much like he was like one of those dudes to lie or talk shit. But anyway, it's hard to tell, man. You can never tell. Yeah, man. Damn.
But yeah, coming back closer to home, did you did you hear about the public housing lockdown?
Yeah. Look, man, I've just been following it, like not like that close, but then I've been like kind of reading ABC here and there and sussing out what's going on, man. Look, it sounds pretty hectic, and it just sounds like it's interesting that a lot of the people who are staying there seem to be minorities, or are they refugees or what? Like, or their background?
Yeah, from what I can see, like a lot of the people in those towers are, appears to be like a combination of poor white people, refugees, some drug addicts, that sort of thing. But one thing that I've noticed is that when they're getting interviewed on the news, it's like the same two Somali guys, which it puts the
are they the representatives for the community or something?
I don't know, but it puts the thought, the image out there that everyone in there is black or African.
True.
True. And that doesn't sit right with me, Yeah. First of all, like this, so for everyone not in the state government,
exactly. Yeah.
The state government here in Victoria decided to do a hard lockdown on 9 towers. And these are buildings that have, I think they say about 3,000 residents living in them total. It's fairly high density living, but what had happened was, I guess from the perspective of one of the Somali guys I was getting interviewed, was that, he said he was watching the news and he just saw the premier say that effective immediately, people from those towers cannot leave for the next 5 days because they need to get tested for COVID-19. And he looks outside and there's police cars blocking
Damn.
all the parked cars outside, which is crazy because this sort of hard measure hasn't been implemented with other.
Yeah, look, yeah, man. Like, I mean, 100%. If you're talking about a different demographic or a different area, you know, yeah, it's not gonna happen like that. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
What's the rationale behind this though? Like, is what I keep hearing, you know, these are some of the most vulnerable communities. It does that vulnerable thing doesn't. I don't think that applies here in Australia because we've got socialized healthcare, right? We've got Medicare.
Right.
So how are they more vulnerable outside of those that may be drug addicts in those towers? Yeah. Everyone else got the same access to healthcare as someone like myself who lives in, you know, the eastern suburbs.
So obviously, this is one of the areas where they've had a spike. Obviously, right? This is one of the postcodes.
Yeah, they had 53 cases initially out of a population of 53 cases in flats that house 3,000 people. I don't think that's that insane.
Yeah. You know, look, I mean, yeah. Like, it does. Honestly, it sounds like a bit ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Because you think there would be some notification. You know what I'm saying? You think there would be, like, we understand it's a I guess it's a pandemic type situation, and it's you know, people gotta act quick. You know what I'm saying? But to just say people get an announcement and then look outside, see cops, that sounds a bit disrespectful to the people in those communities. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it implies that these people can be trusted to follow the rules or to not fuck shit up, you know? And what is it about these people? You know, there was an outbreak before of some couples that came from holidaying in Aspen. You know, and you know, but they weren't locked down.
States or something,
Yeah, but they weren't. Their apartment blocks weren't locked down. So to me, it just implies that these people are. It's like, have you heard? There's this concept. I've heard of this concept. They say the racism of low expectations.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Where like left-wing people go above and beyond for certain minorities because they say, oh, they're the most vulnerable or blah blah blah. But really, it's having low expectations for those people because of their ethnicity. That is a different kind of racism. You know, that is.
That one's always difficult for me because I'm always struggling to see like some of these left wingers, are they genuinely coming from a point of trying to do good, like for the people they're trying to help, or they literally just disguising, you know, their superiority and just disguising it as help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is. And like, I always struggle to, you know, because sometimes I do, like, I try and defend or I try and see where like left-wing people may be coming from with some of the schemes that they try and do to help minorities, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, in this situation, this one, I do not see anything like this happening in a different electorate, you know what I'm saying? There's no way. And you know, like a lot of this stuff, man, is political, you know, because if you're in a big ticket constituency, man, they treat people in big ticket constituencies better, you know, or different, you know what I mean? They
you mean like, say,
like if you're in one of those, I don't know if it's the same in Melbourne, but in Sydney, like it's like eastern suburbs constituencies, right? Like this is where the more affluent people stay. Like places like Wentworth, I'm sure you'd have heard about the Wentworth by-election. You know what I'm saying? It's like it'll get big news, big publicity. You know what I'm saying? And in these type of areas, even when you go there, man, like you don't see like it just looks different. You don't see Maccas and KFCs at every corner. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see, you know what I'm saying? And you don't even see, you know, even cops patrolling. Like, obviously, there's other factors that will affect that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, in some constituencies, certain things are just not done as freely and as easily as in other constituencies. You know what I'm saying?
But okay. So, but like, okay, what's the rationale of locking them down? They say because they want to get everyone tested and they're vulnerable and stuff, right? But I can't see how they're any different from other
Nah.
apartment buildings. But
I agree with you. Yeah.
A lot of these cops that are stationed outside there as well, because they had 500 police officers on duty.
Yeah, damn.
Enforcing this. A lot of these cops would have been had interactions with people from these communities before. Like I read somewhere that there's a company, there's an organization called Flemington Legal Council, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll look it up so that I'm not giving false information.
Yeah.
But they sued Victoria Police for discriminatory stops and searches. They sued Victoria Police on behalf of some of the youth from the African community from those areas. So I don't know that it's good to have those same police on every level in that building enforcing these. It just seems like a lot to go through as somebody from there.
Man, that just sounds like a jail, like a prison type situation.
Yeah. It sounds like something that would happen in China.
Yeah, it sounds like literally people just taking away all your liberties and they're just saying like, "Yep, okay, this is how it is." Sounds pretty hectic. I don't know, man. Look, I'd obviously need to. I know you're gonna be pissed off at me, but I haven't managed to do that good research on the topic.
Well, you can't be trying to have a podcast and come in on research, man.
Yeah, look, I mean, like my research is not deep. It's just going off what I read on the ABC. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Which, by the way, is the only news anyone should be watching and listening to. Have a look at the link I just sent you on.
Okay, I can see it.
So it says here, 5 May 2017, Victoria Police should face new case over racial profiling of African men. Lawyer says.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I see it.
So Flemington, Kensington Legal Community Center sued Victoria Police on behalf of 6 young African men in a landmark case that alleged that between 2005 and 2009, officers breached the Racial Discrimination Act by stopping and searching them for no reason other than their ethnicity.
Wow. Yeah.
So, with this in the background, I don't understand why, it just doesn't,
Yeah. Nah, I'm reading this thing. Yeah.
Anyway.
Damn.
What were you, if you were one of these guys living in this place, what would you take from this?
What would I take from this? Oh man, I would take that literally. I don't matter essentially, or what I think doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Or how I feel doesn't matter.
Would you continue living there?
To be honest, I'd be trying to get out of there. I would be in this situation. I'd be writing to whoever my local member is, man. I would be spamming whoever that is. You know what I mean? I would be spamming them like, look, man, do you are you representing for us? Are you fighting for us or what? Is this happening? Were you consulted before this happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, man? Because this is not cool. And if you've got our back, you would be trying to, like in whichever way, you'd be trying to make sure this doesn't happen, or even just sending out a communication to everybody and saying, hey, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do this for you guys, or even explaining to people why this is able to happen. Because I'm sure a lot of people can't really understand even the legality of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what is like it's hard to know what's the legality of so many things, like, because it seems like politicians are making rules every day.
Yeah.
Off the whim to say, oh, this part is under quarantine, this part you can't go anywhere. Like
yeah.
One thing I know is that Australia doesn't have a Bill of Rights like other countries.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, say if this was to happen in the US, they would easily challenge it to say this violates my First Amendment right.
My rights as an American. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas here, like, what do you base it off of?
Yeah. Damn. That's facts, man.
But definitely, if I was one of these guys living there, like I think
Yeah.
if I
What would you
I'm
be
if I'm
doing? Yeah.
able-bodied,
Yeah.
I would be trying to like not live there because like I'll be trying to move somewhere else because I don't I think we've talked about this before. Like I don't like this idea
Yeah.
of just being victims all the time.
That's word, man. That's word. That's word. That victim mentality is bad, man. It's a scourge, to be honest, because then it takes away your your responsibility. You know, when you're a victim never learns because the victim is powerless. You know what I mean? A
Yeah,
victim
yeah.
can't control what's happening. A victim can't stop what's
Mm,
happening. It just happens. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? So
mm, mm.
if you're a victim and then a situation happens, even if you're involved in it, you're just gonna say, "Oh, look, what could I have done?" You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. It's people are gonna be racist today, tomorrow, next month, next
yeah,
year,
yeah,
20 years
yeah,
from now.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just think it's being pushed. I think it's being pushed a lot right now, like this victim mentality.
Yeah,
You
all
know,
100% like that. Hey, man. Well, look, man. I think that was dope.
mm,
Chopping it up with you as usual, bro.
mm.
And what do you think we should wrap it up now
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We're gonna try and find
for today, right? Yeah.
yeah, let's wrap it up for today. We're gonna try and find an intro song.
Intro song. Yeah. What you think with the vibe of that, man? Like, I mean, uh, there was like you sent me a couple of nice sounding tracks there, right?
Yeah.
They were kind of like there was one of them that was pretty dope, but it had like kind of a Cali sound to it. You know what I mean? Which is not really us. You know what I mean? Should we go like for some Afro beats type stuff or some hip
But
hop
like
stuff or what?
I can't go with like some Burner Boy shit or whatever
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's not really
yeah.
like a lot of these
That's
songs is about like
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
clubbing and bitches and shit like
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. And going out and turning up. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, that's not what
that's
this
not
is.
it. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we'll find something that sounds nice, but it's soothing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It doesn't. I don't think it matters what genre it is, but it's something that's
yeah,
not too distracting, but something that you can hear over and over again.
yeah.
And then we can, we'll see about getting it onto Spotify and all that
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
stuff.
Nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah, so we'll leave it here. I'll leave you to
All
do
right,
the
bro.
mixing and mastering and all that hard shit, bro.
This guy, man. Nah, all good, man. Let's see how we go, bro.
Nah, all good, man.
All
We'll
right, all
chop
right.
it up another time.
All right, thanks, bro.
Nah, cheers.
All right, bless up.
Nah.